Hello everybody, this is Zaxtorian. Time for another first play on launch day. After looking at the new games that came out today, May the 31st, I came across a game I've definitely never heard of. First game by developer and publisher Moonware Games. This is called The Woods. Now it says this is a nerve-wracking psycho game with breathtaking ambient elements and innovative gameplay. Lost in the hunting ground of a notorious killer, you need to fight for your life. Sneak, run, hide, and fight, or play his mad games. The choice is yours only. So, one thing you'll notice, guys, this is a $10 game in American currency, on sale 15% off its first week. All there is screenshots here. There is no video at all. So, being curious, like I usually am with these kind of games, I wanted to find out what this game was all about. And I took it on myself to go ahead and give this game not only a first video, but a first review. We'll find out what happened when I purchased this game and installed it right after this. Alright guys, so when we launch the game, we see a little window with the woods on it. We come to a black screen here, and I've already tried launching this game 4 times before the recording that I'm making right now. So we have to wait on this black screen with nothing here telling us what's going on or anything for at least a full minute or two, about a minute I guess, and then we come up with this health warning about seizures, and that kind of thing. Know your limit as you play. Try to take breaks every 2 hours to refresh and lower stress and that kind of thing. And then, guys, we come up to this screen here. Now, this is our main menu, obviously. Early access version 0.1. We can hear music, but look here, guys. Look at the flat screen, and then look at all the foliage popping in a long time after this menu popped in. Now, look back here, guys. As you kind of look back at this trail here or whatever, we are still seeing foliage pop in to this forest or to this main screen. This is already looking really, really bad for the game. Now, I know here that the game is early access. However, we do hope we can play the game, and if we get in the game, we're hoping that foliage isn't still popping in 2-3 minutes after we load in. So runaway is obviously going to be exit the game. Let's go ahead and take a look at the credits real quick. Level design, Kevin Hoffman. Concept art, Marina Gonzalez. Programming here, we have Steven and Kevin Hoffman. And then character design, Kevin Hoffman as well. Animations and VFX, Kevin Hoffman again, same guy. Story and idea, Kevin Hoffman. So the main 2 guys here, Kevin Hoffman and Steven Hoffman. I don't know if they're brothers or what. And then a couple of voice actors. And project lead again, Kevin Hoffman. Alright, nice. So if we go into the options here, you know, one thing we're thinking here of seeing all that foliage pop in so slow is, you know, my computer, while it does run games like Dead by Daylight on ultra settings really beautifully, maybe my computer isn't, you know, the $4,000 computer needed to play the awesomeness of this game. I mean, I have a GeForce 970 EVGA graphics card. I have a Skylake 6600K Pro CPU running at 4.3 gigahertz and only 16 gigs of RAM. So maybe I really do need that $4,000 computer to play the, you know, to be able to handle the epicness of this game. I don't know. So we would launch the options and hope that we could turn the graphics and some sliders down. However, when we click on graphics, there's nothing we can do here. I'm using the arrow keys. I'm using WSD. There's nothing I hit. I've hit every key on my keyboard. Nothing seems to switch me to the graphics options themselves. So we have our basic, you know, controls here, which is pretty standard stuff. The only thing of interest here is the craft fire is tied to the 1 key, use a bandage tied to a 2 key, and a flashlight tied to a 3 key. That's kind of weird. But Okay, so we go into the new game because that's really the only other option we have unless we just want to quit. So if we hit new game, what we have here, guys, is an endless freaking loading screen. So we thought the time it took for the foliage to pop into that main menu was lengthy. Now we are going to be on an endless loading screen. My computer obviously can't handle this game. What we're talking about, guys, is if this game actually works, it is so poorly optimized that it won't even run on an i5 6600K running at 4.3 gigahertz, a GeForce 970 video card, and 16 gigs of RAM. This is a gaming computer. Remember, my computer runs Dead by Daylight on ultra settings at 50 to 60 frames per second. Again, I would be more than happy to turn the graphic settings down to be able to play the game or even load the game, but that wasn't a possibility. There are no graphics options at all in this game. And yeah, so we're gonna set here. I've already set here for 10 minutes twice, guys, and it never did load into anything. I've pressed the keys, I've tried to move the mouse around, the game just does nothing. In fact, when I click the left mouse button, my cursor completely disappears. However, I know the game is still running because I hear the music in the background, so the game is not frozen up. So the only way to get out of this is to, Alt F4 or Control Alt Delete and bring up my task manager, and I see the woods here, guys. It's still running. It's not responding. The game's still running, but yeah, I mean, CPU usage, it's not using it 100% of my CPU or my memory. These are both really well, 29, around 30 to 35%. So the game is junk, guys, and this is exactly why I do what I do on my channel. I try to look at these games that look interesting, that nobody's ever heard of, and pick out the garbage, like this game obviously is, from the indie gems out there. So far, I've had way more of these garbage games than I have indie gems. I think I've had like 30 of these kind of games so far in 2018, and we're only at the end of May, and I've only had like 4 indie gems so far this year. 4 games that I'd call real indie gems, that haven't ever been heard of at the time that I played them. So be sure you check out the playlist for my indie gems and some of my worst games of 2018 so far. I'll have the links down to those playlists down below. I want to go ahead and give the developers benefit of the doubt. However, I certainly will take a second look at this game if they come in and say, oh, we had some kind of a problem with the game, or they give me some way to change the resolution so it'll run better on my computer or something. If they come out with some kind of solution, I'll be more than happy to take a second look at this game. But honestly, I've been doing this a long time. I fully expect the developers to just kind of hide or file a strike on this video, or try to blame it on my computer or blame it on me for not being a wise enough or savvy enough gamer to play their epic game. So it'll be interesting to see what these developers do with their first game on Steam and their first critical review. But I think you guys can see why this game's getting a critical review. Here we are many minutes into the game, and yeah, we're still waiting on the game to freaking load. Hopefully that's helped you guys out with the woods. Be sure you let me know down in the comments down below. Be sure you rate my video. This has been Zaxtorian. Take care, everybody.